Hello and welcome. Today we're starting this video a little bit differently because instead of starting with a drive, we're going to start with installing the new Acura Integra Type S damper module that I bought for my Civic Type R. If you want to just listen to my review of the results, you could feel free to skip to this time in the video. And with that said, let's get started with installing it. So here's this box it came in. I bought this from Acura Parts for Less and took USPS about a week of shipping to get it here. And yeah, let's open it up. Yes, the all-important part number right here, the Acura Integra Type S damper module. Alright, the first thing we need to do is remove the seat bottom. So put this outside. There's some clips right through here. Just feel around with your hands and there it is. Pull it, and there's one on the other side as well. Now it's that pulled, we have some bolts holding this actual seat in place down there. What I want to do is grab your 10 mil and then remove it. Feel around a little bit. There it is. Okay. Alright. Okay, here we go. Now that we have the seat bottom removed, just wiggle it away out of there. Beautiful. Now with the seat bottom removed, what I do now is fold down the rear seats. With the flat head, we'll pop that off like that. Okay, now we have another 10mm screw. You can see like that. We're just gonna remove this as well. Okay. Now carefully remove. There we go. Good is this. If it does fall through, it falls right into here, which is okay. That's what we're gonna leave it for now as well. Okay. Moving that. Place that there nicely. Now see if we can pull this module off. There it is. It's just a clip. Pull it up a little bit. Now get the seatbelt all the way like that. Put this forward, like so. And here we have our damper module. Unscrew the 10 mils. Now this whole process is held together by 10mm. Makes it very convenient, of course. Now that the damper module is loose, you can remove it like so. Unplug it from here. Let's compare these two. You can see the difference in part number. Pretty similar, it looks the same. But the Acura module does feel lighter though. I don't know if that's gonna affect anything. Now what we need to do is reverse all the process we've done. So plug it back in here to the Acura module, the AO-M1. So plug and play, there it is. Fit it back in here, so there. Go. That's back in. Now I pop this back on. Put the screw in first and then I clipped it in the rest of the way. Okay, now we'll just give it a good push, like so. To clip it in. Put the two bolts back in. Okay, that's good. Clip this back in place, just like so. Now all we need to do is reverse what we did earlier. Put the seat backs up. Alright, put the seat bottom back in. Make sure to expose the seatbelt connectors. Like so. Push it through. Fit it on a little bit. Pushing. That's the front clipping. There you go. You hear the front clipping. Now, moment of truth. Let's see. No warning lights means a good install. Alright, let's go for a drive. Alrighty. As you may have noticed, today is a different day. Stuff happened yesterday. I wasn't able to film right after I put in a damper module. But here we are on a nice stretch of Cayenne Road that used to be too stiff. And let's see how this feels. Immediately, I can feel a little bit more body roll. Now, people relate body roll to bad handling. Now, I disagree with that. With body roll means it's easier to transfer the weight and therefore easy to transfer the grip. We're starting off in individual drive mode where I have the suspension set to comfort. In fact, if I just pull it up here, after I make this corner, you can see individual drive mode, the engine in our steering in sport, suspension is in comfort. So what happened with the original Type R damper module is the stock Type R damper module is adaptive to your driving style. So even with the suspension in comfort mode, whenever I turn the steering really fast or I'm going really fast out of the corner, the suspension, the dampers will stiffen up by themselves, which makes the ride incredibly bouncy on a road like this. But right now with these new Acura Type S damper modules, I'm not being bounced around at all. It's so composed, it's controlled, and body roll is good here. I get to put weight on the front tires and do a lift up. It gives more of a feeling of wanting to lift up oversteer as well, and that's good. That's what I want out of a car like this. There's no bouncing. With the stock damper module, I will be doing like this the whole time, being bounced around. But right now, it's just flat. It gives me so much more confidence than it did with the stock damper modules up here. I was driving this car on the highway on the way here. Let's quickly talk about the Cayenne driving impressions. Let's quickly talk about the highway driving impressions, since I did take the highway here. And as soon as I got in the highway, it's like, wow, this is what the Type R should have came with from the factory. It's smooth, it's composed, I'm not being bounced around, and there's no unnecessary secondary movements. It's not overly soft, it just bump done. This is how a good sports car is supposed to be dampened. Wow, like this straight up is the best $300 I ever spent on anything, car-wise. It's so good, and then combined with the PRL front, back motor mount, engine mount, this is just so perfect. This car right now is set up exactly how I want it to be, and there's not a single bit I want to change about it right now. Supposedly sport mode is a stiffness of the original comfort mode in the Type R damper module. So let's test that out. Now engine's on, we're gonna go to suspension, sport. Okay, not feeling that much of a difference right now, stuck behind this RAV4. Okay, we're now past the RAV4. I put the suspension back in comfort mode because I know this portion of this road is incredibly stiff and bumpy. Oh my god, that's such a difference. with original Type R damper modules, I would not have the confidence to take that corner at all, because what I feel like is I'm just being bounced around and the front wheels are losing contact with the ground. But right now in comfort suspension, I'm not being bounced around at all. It's not adapting to my driving style, it's just keeping the dampers soft. And look at that, not feeling any bumps or road I'm feeling road imperfections, but only through the steering and through the chassis, not through the suspension being too stiff. This is fantastic. Should have done this much earlier. This is so much more composed, so much more predictable, so much more confidence inspiring. This is so much better than a stock damper module. Now I'm curious, let's put on sport mode again for a little bit. Sport mode is definitely a little bit stiffer, but it's still so composed. Even in sport mode, it's better than the comfort mode of the of the Type R damper modules. This is just fantastic. Now, let's talk about why I think this softer damper module is so great. Aside from the fact it makes my daily driving life a little bit more comfortable and makes the Cayenne more softer, more predictable with this car, I also feel like in today's world, everyone's suspension setup is too stiff, with increasingly getting heavier cars and everything. But this is proof with a lightweight car, some good suspension tuning, and a great set of damper modules. And every Type R just came with this stock. I get they're trying to differentiate the Type R with the Type S by making the suspension stiffer so it feels more like a race car. But let's be honest, race car suspension, granted I've never been in a race car, but so I said of course and looking at Randy Pope's reviews, race car suspension is not set up all that stiff because race cars are not that heavy. If this suspension is too stiff, every time they go over a curve on the track, they just bounce and flip and it's immediately slip out of line. So I feel like Honda definitely over dampened the stock damper modules way too much. With this damper module and the PRL PRL rear engine mount, as well as the PRL cold intake and the AWE exhaust, this is currently the definition of an enthusiast hot hatch. Composed, well but damped. Even in sport mode, it's not too stiff. Actually, I feel like I might even prefer sport mode to comfort mode up here. Which is something I saw Lever say. Suspension wise, but yeah, it's so composed. Put the suspension in plus R mode. Actually, put the entire car in plus R mode. We are plus R mode, of course. Suspension damping is equivalent to the sport mode of the Type R damper module. Alright, impulsor module mode though. Oh yeah. Immediately you notice two things. One is the very annoying fake engine noise. The other is the bounciness of the suspension is back. But it's still nowhere near as bad as the Type R damper modules. It's actually quite fun being bounced around a little bit, but definitely immediately notice the suspension is a lot more bouncier than it was in comfort and sport. It's still acceptable. Great that I have 4 completely usable drive modes in this car. Now I do feel like I like the steering in sport mode. In comfort, it's a bit too light for me. In Plus R, it feels artificially heavy. In sport, it's just a perfect balance. Okay, coming up into the bouncy section now. Definitely feel the bounciness of the Plus R mode. Definitely hear the fake engine noise, that's for sure. Alright guys, yeah, as I saw on the Type S damper module, certainly if you have one of these, it is something worth buying. Alright, that's that. Thank you for watching and go enjoy your car, take it on a drive.